It was an average day at school in October. I was in my boring math class with Miss Haggerwort.
Okay, class, you know the drill. You have 5 unit assessments due by Friday. You also have 110 warm-ups.
Miss Haggerwort was always a stickler, and I did not want to be there anymore. Just then, Steve sent me a Snapchat message that read,
Yo, man, Busman and I are trying to hit up the 7-Eleven today for some Monster Energies. Want to join us?
Oh yeah, you know I do, I replied.
Bet. Meet me in the children's class at 6.
I did just that. Second block ended, and Steve and I, and Frank, met in the janitor's closet. Colin and Chad were there too.
I'm gonna get the Ultra Sunrise flavor,
said Frank. Nice. I'm probably gonna get the Ultra Gold, I replied. Next thing we knew, we needed a plan of action.
Man, I know just the idea,
Steve suggested. What's that? I asked.
Follow me. We gonna bust out of this joint.
So instead of simply going out the exit like a normal human being would, Steve instead leads us to the auditorium. Theater class was going on that day, so we had to sneak past. We got onto the catwalk and onto the roof. Next thing we knew, we had to climb down the emergency escape ladder and down to the dumpsters.
Hey, what are you boys doing out here?
The angry janitor said. It was Mr. Schlump. Mr. Schlump, what are you doing here? It's supposed to be your lunch break, I said.
That's besides the point. I need to report you boys to the principal immediately,
said Mr. Schlump. Shit, run.
No worries, bros. Just hop in the provertible,
said Chad. We did just that. Chad saved us and we sped off. We cruised down in Chad's provertible down Preaglehead Drive and across the street towards the local 7-Eleven. Hey boys, how you going? The cashier said. Pretty good, Colin replied. Just here for some Monster Energies. Nice. We got all sorts of flavors in the back. When you're ready, I'll be here to check you boys out. Perfect, I said. I get the Ultra Sunrise flavor. Or, my bad, I got the Ultra Gold flavor. Frank was the one who got the Ultra Sunrise. Steve got the White Monster, and Chad made himself a protein shake instead. And Colin, he got the all-fabled Pipeline Punch. Alright boys, y'all enjoy your day, the cashier said. You too, I replied. We hit the road once more. Alright, Chad, we should probably going back to school right now. Mr. Schlump is probably on to us by now, said Colin.
Oh, Bruce, you wouldn't want to call it a day just yet,
Chad replied.
I say we take this bad boy on one more joyride.
And so next thing we knew, we were speeding off on the highway.
How about we take this bad boy for a rip to Gamble State Park?
Hey, sounds good with me.
Sounds like a fine-ass plan to me, G.
And so we do that.
I'm trying to go swerving, gang,
said Steve. We headed up to Gamble State Park in the mountains in the backcountry on a twisty mountain road. Next thing we knew, we see the model of a Tesla trailing behind us.
Oh no, Bruce! Who could it be?
Said Chad. I looked in Chad's rearview mirror, and my heart sank when I saw no one other than Mr. Grouchy Pants. And yes, that actually was his name. He was the worst assistant principal you could ever imagine. Okay, well, Mr. Grouchy Pants wasn't actually his name. His real name was just Mr. Grouch. Just Mr. Grouch. He got on a speakerphone, like one of those megaphones, and called out to us from his whip.
You boys get back to school right now, or there will be consequences.
Just then, Mr. Grouch sped up and butted in front of us.
Yo!
Chad exclaimed. Chad stopped the car, and we met Mr. Grouch outside as we all met him face to face.
Alright, boys, hop in my whip. We're heading back to school, and I'll have you boys sit in the office for the rest of the day doing paperwork.
Shit, run, I said. I don't know why we ran when we could have just gotten back in Chad's provertible and sped off, but no. We booked it into the woods, and just like that, we were lost. But just then, however, we really were lost. We were turned around for good. People like Frank look like they're about to shit their pants.
Man, we got a bit of survival shelter, just like Bear Grylls would,
said Steve. Sounds good to me, said Colin. Colin always had a profound knowledge of the survival skills, and so we listened to him. Though it wasn't working that well, as soon evening came, and we still hadn't made any progress, or let alone found our way out of the woods. Next thing we knew, it was pitch black, and we're all stuck with no flashlights besides our phones.
Man, I want to go back, gang. I want to go back to school.
I never, ever thought that I'd hear Steve say such a word. However, we thought we were saved when we looked to the east, into the sky, to see the silhouette of a big spotlight coming up, shining on the clouds. "What the fuck?" I said. We saw a silhouette, a very chubby head with a triple chin and crazy hair sticking up. It was no one other than Herbert Ernie himself.
Yes, you boys, there you are at longest. Time to come back to school.
It didn't make sense. How could Herbert be talking to us?
I'm at school right now, boys. Just come on back, and we'll get crazy.
Just then we found that Herbert was all the way back at Wokedale High School as of that moment. He was using a big spotlight to cast his chubby head along the sky. He was over 50 miles away.
Yep, we're gonna have to come after you, boys.
Just then, the spotlight turned off, and Herbert disappeared. We knew this was not good. Oh shit, no. We decided that we needed to get out of there, and now. We took off up the hill and eventually made it back to Chad's convertible. "Up in Bruce," Chad said desperately. We sped out of there and went on back home. Though we never did go back to school that day. Like, why would we? We weren't done quite yet, though, with our little brew venture. We did not go home. Instead, we hit up Popeyes for dinner.
Popeyes is in our brew future,
said Chad as he swung into the Popeyes in Vanderville. "Yeah, I'm starving," said Colin. We all got our food, just fried chicken and shit, and began eating. However, our enjoyment did not last long, as before we knew it, Herbert Ernie busted into the doors. He looked more ridiculous than ever before. He wore a full and complete tin robot outfit with tin foil and tin cans as a hat, his crazy hair sticking out from the sides.
You boys are not doing well academically. Your grades are suffering. Therefore, I must call the principal on you boys.
Herbert then did the unimaginable. I'll tell you in a second. "Herbert, get out of her hair now or I'm calling the cops." Okay, now Herbert does the unimaginable. He starts sprinting around the restaurant in circles. "Oh no, what's he doing?" I said dreadfully. Then, he jumps behind the counter of the Popeyes and gets into the cookie jar. He starts eating them all crazily. He then does the worst of all. He grabs the pot that holds the grease in the deep fryer, sprays it everywhere.
Get hit with any grease,
he shouted. Just then, the police arrived, and 5 minutes later, Herbert was taken away. And that then concludes why you really should never ever ditch class.